You guys have asked me why I have 2 sealed copies of Columbia Classics Volume 2 on my shelves, so I'm going to tell you why. First, it goes back to Columbia Classics Volume 1. That set was released on June 16th of 2020. It retailed for $165. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know I try not to pay more than $10 per brand new or used 4K. It's a hard rule. I almost never break it. So the idea that I was going to pay $165 for 6 titles, that just was never going to happen. I watched the price, and about 6 months later, the lowest it dropped to on Amazon was $90. Fast forward to today, December 2023. Now Volume 1 is long out of print and goes on eBay for as high as $750 brand new, roughly $450 used. So I definitely missed out. I should have pulled the trigger, even though it was well above my $10 per 4K buying line. However, I have managed to acquire 4 of the 6 titles in that Volume 1 set. You've got Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. There's a digibook available for this title for roughly $10 used on eBay. If you want this version from the Volume 1 Classics set, they sell for roughly $40 without the slipcover. Then you've got Gandhi, which sells for about $30 on eBay without the slipcover. And then A League of Their Own. This is a tough one because I couldn't find a recent sale of this title without a slipcover. But with a slipcover, I've seen it sell recently for as high as $300 on eBay. And finally, you've got Jerry Maguire, which recently sold on eBay with slipcover for roughly $75. The 2 titles I'm missing here are Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Strangelove. Lawrence of Arabia will run you about $56 without slipcover. The steelbook that was released later is worth roughly the same amount. And Dr. Strangelove regularly sells for $40 with slipcover. Since this title has had its own 4K released, you can find that single title release for roughly $20 on eBay. Now, these titles I bought in a big eBay lot of 4Ks. And I paid roughly $4.25 each. So this is obviously not ideal. I'd rather find the set somewhere with the box and the book and the 2 missing titles. But even just having these 4 for now at that price, I think I've done pretty well. Let's go back to Volume 2. Knowing that I missed out on Volume 1 when Columbia Classics Volume 2 came out on October 12th, 2021, it also retailed for $165. Knowing 6 months later was the timeline that Volume 1 hit its lowest price before going out of print, the same thing happened again. 6 months later, I bought these 2 copies at Amazon's lowest price, $77 each, hoping it would go out of print like Volume 1. And it did! So I paid $155 for both of these, and now it averages about $175 each. Brand new on eBay. My plan was to keep one for myself and flip the other one when it goes out of print to hopefully fully pay for the set I keep, which totally would have worked. But I found it used at a record shop in New Jersey for $50. So the plan now is to keep this used copy for my collection, and now I can resell both of these as new and use the profits to do it all again with Volume 3, which I just paid $66 each for. Let's go!